Hello children, welcome to English literature class. Let's continue Act 3 Scene 2. Last class I told that the comparison Portia made Bassanio to Alcides, as Alcides had saved Haitian from the sea monster for the reward of fine horses. Bassanio is also compared to Alcides, Portia as the Haitian who is being sacrificed. All her wishes are sacrificed, and so he is going to choose her and marry. So here the song, when he goes to choose the casket, the background music is played. So what that music says here, tell me where is fancy bread. So the music here questions that. First three lines are question, last three lines are the answers. Fancy is artificial love. So he says, tell me where this unreal love is originated, or in the heart or in the head. Is it originated in the heart or in the head? How begot, how it is nourished, how it is brought up, how nourished, how it is taken care of. Reply. So how is it born? Begot, how is it born, and how is it nourished, taken care of? Reply. Then the reply comes, it is engendered in the eyes with gazing fade. The fanciful love originated in the eyes through the gazing looks, as the love at first sight. So similarly he says that this fanciful unreal love originated in the eyes through the loving glances, and fancy dies in the cradle where it lies. And where it is born, the unreal love, the fanciful love, where it is born in the eyes, there itself it dies. So through this it gives a hint that everything appearance is deceptive. So outward appearances cannot show you the internal things, so it deceives the people. So let us all ring fancy's knell. Knell is the death bell. In the Christian community, when any person dies, in the church there is a huge bell which is rung to announce that someone's death. So knell is the death bell. So that's why when the fancy died in the eyes, so it is sings that let us all ring the fancy's death bell. So I will begin it, ding dong bell. So all of them sing chorus song, ding dong bell. So here many critics have said that Portia is giving the hint to Bassanio that which casket to choose, because she had not given to other suitors. So it is a biased thing. But here it is also, many other critics also justified that Bassanio is not listening to the song. He was been concentrating in choosing the caskets. So it did not give any clue to him. So let's not fall on that. Let's see that here the entire gist of the song is that appearance is deceptive. So one who chooses from outward appearance will be deceived. So Bassanio then. So as it is, he by this also song, or maybe his own intelligence tells him that outward appearance is deceptive. Here he gives many examples that how all that glitters is not gold. So these two themes come here in Bassanio's speech. All that glitters is not gold, or appearance is deceptive. So let's see. So may the outward shows be least themselves. Let the external shows has no real value, least themselves. The world is still deceived with ornament. So he says the world is, the people are deceived by the external glitters. The first example he gives in law. In law, what plea so tempted? Plea means pleading, the pleading of the person. What plea so tainted and corrupt? But being seasoned with a gracious voice obscures the show of evil, obscures, hides. So see this, in law, a man who is the most dishonest man when he speaks with eloquent voice, he gives an impression to other people that he is very innocent. But see that his external eloquent voice hides his dishonesty. So this is the appearance is deceptive. Externally he is very bold in speaking, eloquently he speaks his innocence. Hide that innocence, eloquent voice, external appearance hides the inner dishonesty, evil. So one example of appearance is deceptive in legal matter. Second comes in religion. In religion, what damned error, but some sober brow, innocent face, will bless it and approve it with a text. Text means Bible. Hiding the grossness with fair ornament. Here says that in religion, a person who is a great sinner, who had committed many sins, what he does, he puts up a very pious face, holy face, and quotes some lines from the Bible. So by doing so, he gives an impression to others that he is a holy man, not a sinner. In this way, hiding the grossness with fair ornament. In this way, the sinner who quotes the lines from the Bible and puts up a very pious appearance, he deceives the people by this innocence. In this way, he hides the evil under sacred words, hiding the grossness. Grossness, the evil, with fair, sacred ornament means, fair ornament means sacred words. So next is, there is no vice so simple but assumes some mark of virtue on his outward parts. Here vice means opposite of virtue, that is evil. So virtue, noble qualities. So he says that in the same way, the most simple vice has some external appearance of good qualities. That means a person with evil intentions within himself, internally having all wicked thoughts, evil intentions, puts up a very virtuous appearance, appearance of a good man, noble man. The next example of appearance as deceptive is, he talks about cowards. Cowards, those who are not brave, not courageous. So he says, how many cowards whose hearts are all as false as stairs of sand, where yet open their chins, the beards of Hercules and frowning Mars. He says that the cowards who are not courageous enough. So within, internally, they are all cowards, fearsome people. Their hearts are as false as the stairs of sand. Can you walk on the stairs of sand, stairs made up of sand? No, it is unreliable. Similarly, there are many cowards whose hearts are, who cannot be reliable as the false stairs are made up of sand. So they wear upon their chins the beards of Hercules and frowning Mars. Hercules, I told who? The Greek god of strength, and Greek god, remember. And Mars is the Roman god of war. So don't confuse here. Hercules is Greek god of strength and Mars is Roman god of war. So these cowards, what they do externally, so to hide their cowardice, they wear the beards like Hercules, so that when people see them, they feel like they are very brave like Hercules, and put up a angry, frowning means angry face like Mars. Mars is the god of war. So that whoever sees them, they will think that they are very courageous men. But actually, when inward searched, when internally searched, they have livers white as milk. Simile. Their livers are as white as milk, means as pale as milk. What is this livers? Elizabethans believe that the livers of the people as much found to be red, it is the seat of courage. Livers are, Elizabethans believe that livers are seat of courage. The more they are red, they are courageous. So here, if it is pale, they are cowards. So that's what it is said, that externally they put up the, they wear the beards of Hercules and putting up an angry face like Mars. But inwardly searched, they are found to be their livers are as pale as milk. That means they are cowards. And these assume but valorous excrement to render them redoubted. They knowingly put up this valor, means brave appearance, brave show of courage, to make themselves very brave. Okay. So next comes look on beauty, and you shall see it's purchased by the weight. See now, an ugly woman nowadays can become beautiful with the purchase of makeup. Weight means through the money. So that's the miracle. Nature has given us the features, but now man can change even the ugliness to the beautiful. So now in reality, makeup makes her beautiful, but in reality she is ugly. So which therein works a miracle in nature. So this is what the man has created a miracle in nature's creation. Nature has created ugly, the woman, and now through the purchase of money, makeup, she becomes extremely beautiful. So making them lightest that wear most of it. So here it says that the woman who wears the maximum of makeup is considered to be lightest in character. So those times, the women are in Roman period, Elizabethan period, women are to be found to be very unfaithful. That's why this line is being referred to them. Next example comes, so are those crisp, snaky, golden locks. Now beauty is being deceived. The ugly woman become beautiful. In reality, she is ugly. Now next comes the hair, the wigs, false hair. So similarly, so are those crisp, snaky, curled, golden hair. Okay, the Europeans have the golden hair, blonde hair, it is said, which makes such wanton gambols with the wind. Now, next addition, with makeup she made herself face beautiful. Second, in addition to that, her curly golden hair, when moves to and fro on her forehead when the wind blows, upon supposed fairness. Remember, she is not beautiful, she is supposed to be beautiful. So when this hair tosses upon her forehead due to the wind to and fro, it adds to her beauty. And that hair, golden hair, often known to be the dowry of a second head. So this hair which adds her beauty onto her face is often said to be borrowed from the second head. That is, whose head? The skull that bred them in the sepulchre. Sepulchre, tomb or graveyard. So that this hair is been borrowed from the dead man's skull who is lying in the graveyard. That means this hair which adds the beauty also is the false hair. So by putting on that false hair makeup, the ugly woman becomes beautiful. Externally looks beautiful, but in reality she is ugly. Thus ornament is but the guile show to a most dangerous sea. Another example, similarly this external glitters also as dangerous, as deceptive like the dangerous sea. See, when the sea shore, the tides rise very high, they give impression that the sea or the ocean is very dangerous. But in reality, at the time, the depth of the sea is very calm. But when the shore is calm, the depth of the ocean is very dangerous. But here, when the tides rise high, they give an impression that the sea is very dangerous. So it is deceptive. Next example, the beauteous scarf veiling an Indian beauty. Indian refer to the West Indian, ugly, the dark complexion women. So similarly, an West Indian woman who has a dark complexion, by veiling her face, covering her face with a beautiful scarf, gives an impression that she must be very beautiful. Outside, when you see that, you must think that she is beautiful. But inside it, she is dark complexioned. So in a word, the seeming truth which cunning times put on to entrap the wisest. In short, why these people, who are the people and why these people try to deceive. Here he tells, who do that? The cunning people. The cunning people of the present time. They put on this false appearances to trap the wisest men. Okay. Therefore, thou gaudy gold. Therefore, you bold gold, hard food for Midas. Midas is a Greek story, you know, the king who asked the boon from the god Apollo that whatever he touches should turn into gold. So Apollo had granted his boon, and now when he touched his daughter also, she turned gold, and even his food also turned gold. So hard food for Midas. This gaudy gold, he now analyzes the cascades to choose. He says he will not select this gold because it has become very hard food for Midas. I will none of thee. I will not choose any of this. Nor none of thee, thou pale and common drudge. Common slave. Drudge means slave. Neither he will choose the gaudy gold because it become hard food for Midas, nor he will choose the plain common slave, that is silver. Why? Reason. Between man and man, because this common silver in the form of coin, currency, moves from one man's hand to the other. So it is a slave. So I will not select the silver casket. Then the lead remained there. So he is going to choose the lead casket. Then why he will choose? The reason he gives. But thou maigre glade, which rather threatenest than dost promise aught. Aught means anything. He says that this cheap lead, dull lead, instead of promising to give anything in return, it rather is giving warning, threatening. So that attracted him. Thy paleness moves me more than eloquence. So your dull appearance attracts me more than your eloquent voice. And here choose I, joy be the consequence. That's why I will choose you and let my consequence of choosing the casket give me happiness. Okay, just read. I am giving you one paragraphs, little complicated. So read, understand. If any doubt, you can give me in the comment box. I will explain it to you in the next class. Thank you.